Today we're going to talk about 5 common mistakes sellers make when they sell their house. Let's take a look. Mistake number 1, the most common mistake and probably the deadliest mistake you can make when you're selling your house, is to overprice your home. In this market, it's a relatively flat market here in Sacramento over the last year. Prices aren't going up. Prices aren't going down. They're kind of holding steady. Overpricing your house can be the worst thing you can do when you go on the market. There's 2 big problems when you overprice a house. One, the buyers that you should be targeting aren't even seeing your house. You'd be amazed at the number of times a seller puts a house on the market, overprices it, even by $10,000 or $15,000, and no one shows up. And then the people that do show up. So, for an example, let's say your home should be priced at $700,000, and you price it at $750,000 just to test the market, see what's going on. The problem with that is the buyers that are showing up are expecting a $750,000 house. And you have to remember, the buyers aren't seeing your house in isolation. They're out looking at homes. They're comparing your home to other properties. So they've been to 4, 5, 6 properties that are all $750,000. And then they come see your house. I'm going to go back to the other house. So you actually end up helping sell the other people's homes because you make their house look nicer because you've overpriced yours. So biggest mistake you can make. Mistake number 2, failing to make little repairs before you go on the market. Buyers are going to come in the house. They're going to scrutinize. They're going to be looking around. And if they see a bunch of little tiny things that are wrong, they may start thinking, well, what other things are wrong that we don't know about yet? We haven't seen. They're kind of hidden. So we want to make little repairs before we go on the market. Mistake number 3, and this is, I think, one of the bigger mistakes that people overlook. You don't want to limit your showing times or make it difficult for buyers to see your house. Unfortunately, selling a house is not convenient, and the buyers are going to want to come and see your house in times that, right in the middle of dinner, or there's just weird times that buyers are available and they want to see your house. And you might think, hey, it's inconvenient. Come back 30 minutes later, or give me an hour. The problem is they may be looking at 4 or 5 properties, and the agent's trying to line them up one after another. And if you say no, they're just going to skip your house, and they may not, or probably won't, come back to it. The number of times I've had sellers refuse a showing, and that buyer never comes back. It's not like the buyer goes, okay, I'll schedule it for tomorrow or next week, or they just don't show up. So I understand it's inconvenient, but take a little walk, give them 20 minutes, get them into your house. Do your absolute best to not turn down a showing just because it's a little inconvenient. Problem number 4, not taking care of the curb appeal of the house. I see a lot of homes, especially during an open house, where the car drives by, slows down, takes a look, and then keeps on going. And there was something about just the look that they decided they weren't going to come in and see the house. Now, it could be something you couldn't control, like, oh, that house is, way too small or way too big. But we want to make it look decent from the outside. So clean it up. I'm not saying we need to paint or anything like that, but you want to make the home look appealing, look like it's going to be, something they'll enjoy. The last big mistake is being emotionally invested in the sale of your house. You need to do your best to realize at this point it's a business transaction, and buyers may do or may attempt to do things in an offer. They may ask for things that kind of annoy you, but they're just asking. We can counter stuff out. Try not to get emotionally invested and get upset and get mad. And, people just, they get their emotions involved, and it doesn't typically help the transaction or the negotiations. So just try and, I get it, they're asking, but that doesn't mean, we're going to give it to them. So try not to be emotionally invested. If you like, I've written a book on how to get the most money out of your house. This is really just a book on what to do to prep your house. My job as an agent is to market your house, to expose it in the best light as possible to as many buyers as possible. Your job is to get the house ready to make it look good. So, and I'll give you some suggestions. This book is great, absolutely free. Reach out and I'll get you a copy. I hope this video helped. And again, if you have questions, reach out. I'm always happy to answer your questions. Thanks for watching.